Data abstraction in C++. Data abstraction is a very important concept in object-oriented programming. Data abstraction refers to providing only essential information to the outside world and hiding their background details, that is, to represent the needed information in program without presenting the details. So that means, let us consider one television. A television can have different properties. A television can consist of different electronic components, but we are only interested for make, model, date of purchase and price of the television. So you are not eager to get the details of electronic parts which are residing in the television. So that's why we are, in case of data abstraction to the outside world, we shall pass only those parameters which we are willing to do. So as an example, just consider one class car. In this particular class, with the data abstraction, we shall provide only those information which are required to the outside world. But in case of car, it may have different properties, it may have different components which are available. So that is engine, wheel, chassis and gearbox. So this is without data abstraction and this is with data abstraction. Now if we talk in terms of C++ programming, C++ classes provides great level of data abstraction. They provide sufficient public methods to the outside world to play with the functionality of the object and to manipulate object data. That is, state without actually knowing how class has been implemented internally. So different methods will be written in a certain object and those methods will be made accessible to the outside world. So when those methods will be accessed, how those methods are internally coded, how those methods have got internally implemented, that will remain hidden to the respective user of the object. For example, your program can make a call to the sort function without knowing that what algorithm the function sort is actually using and how the given data is getting sorted. In fact, the underlying implementation of the sorting functionality would change between releases of the library, and as long as the interface stays the same, your function call will still work without having any difficulty. In case of sort function, we have taken this sort function as an example. The internal code of the sort function is totally inaccessible from the outside world. What sorting algorithm we have used, how the logic has been coded and how the data are getting sorted in intermediate scans, so that those details will remain hidden to the outside world. So with the change in the release and version of the library functions, so this sort algorithm which was implemented internally may have got changed. But if the interfacing remains the same, then the user who is calling that sort function will feel no difficulty to access it without knowing into the algorithm details of the sort function. In C++, we use classes to define our own abstract data type, that is ADT. You can use the count object of class OStream to stream data to the standard output like this. So here is one example we are going to have. So here we are giving a birth of another concept, that is abstract data type. In short, it will be called as ADT. We know that whenever we define one variable under a data type, so let us suppose we have considered one variable, that is int I. So I is a variable of the data type integer. So now we know that this I can hold value 10, this I can hold value 20, this I can hold value 100. But if I want to keep one string, say India, onto the variable I, it cannot contain this one. If I keep one value, say 12.45, onto the variable I, it cannot contain that one. So you know that whenever we are having one variable of the data type integer, what value it can hold and what value it cannot hold. Let us suppose I want to do addition with this plus, with this I. using the operator plus, that can be done. Let us suppose I want to do subtraction with this I, that can be done. But if I want to go for lowercase to uppercase conversion from the data which is residing in the variable I, that cannot be done. So also we know that whenever you are defining one variable I under the data type integer, what are the permitted operations that we can carry out on the variable I. Similarly, in case of a class will be containing different member variables. So we know that what are the values it can hold and what are the operations we can carry out on them, that will be depicted in the member methods. So depending upon the algorithm written in those member methods, what are the operations we can carry out with that particular class member variables, that is also known to us. So that's why we are going to give a birth of new concept, that is abstract data type. So let us discuss this program at first. So here you are having this cout, which is printing this respective string and so on. Here you do not need to understand how cout displays the text on the user screen. You need to only know the public interface, and the underlying implementation of cout is free to change. So the different release of the library functions, the function bodies may get changed, the algorithm which is written within the function may get changed, but if the interface remains the same, then the users of those functions will not feel any difficulty to access them from their own programs. Thanks for watching this video.